second, which is very, very important, is, of course, when you have a problem, how to solve it. How to solve it. And the idea, of course, and this is a concept that we have all adopted, is the circular economy, to try to recycle, to try to get something which is bad for the environment and turn it into something that is useful, that can be used for the benefit of all. And of course, with radiation, you can't do that. You can recycle without using solvents and other chemicals that create additional problems. And this is, in essence, this is what NUTEC is all about, Mr. President. And we chose the Philippines for a number of reasons, not only for the dimension of the problem, but also for the scientific and technological base that you have here, the institutions that have been working on this for many, many years with the IAEA. We know them, we trust them, Secretary, and we believe that from here, by launching a pilot plant for recycling, we can show in the region and in the world the kind of good that something like NUTEC can do for all. So the IAEA is in this effort. We are with you, Mr. President, and with all other countries that trust that more can be done. We have in our midst our friends of the Asian Development Bank, whom we are very, very grateful, because it is obvious that to go to scale, to move this from the lab to the economy, we are going to need two things. We are going to need international finance institutions that are enlightened, like the ADB is, but also, very importantly, the business community. Here, the positive outcomes and the spillovers of this activity are for the benefit of everybody. At the IAEA, we are, of course, busy with things that hit the headlines, like non-proliferation, nuclear weapons, but this is the kind of work, what we do here is the kind of work that is so rewarding for all of us. The work we do in nuclear medicine, in cancer, in food, in agriculture, in water, and here today in the Philippines, launching this important phase of an existing program, NUTEC, that we are convinced is going to be a great success here. So I want to thank you, Mr. President, for your personal commitment. Having you here is a tremendous boost to our effort. It is an indication that this problem is a problem that needs to be tackled from the level, from the political level, so that we can provide solutions. So joining hands with you, I think we're going to be successful here in the Philippines, in the ASEAN region, and in the world community. The IAEA, I like to say, is an international organization that is a service. It's a service to its member states who put their money into it, their trust into it. And this is the way to go about our business, by delivering, by giving back. So I thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for being with us. And we really look forward for these 2 days where we are going through the different panels, the different presentations that we are going to have. I'm really looking forward to a session that we are going to have with young Filipinos that are going to be telling us their views, their preoccupations, their concerns, and us, of course, telling them what we are prepared to do to make their lives better, which is, at the end of the day, what we all want to do, public service. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Director General Grossi. Now, may we invite Mr. Masato Kanda, President of the Asian Development Bank, for his message.
So Excellency President Marcos, Director General Rossi, Secretary Lazaro, Secretary Suden, distinguished guests, good morning. We meet at a critical juncture. The Asia and the Pacific region account for over 50% of the world material consumption. Yet, our recycling rate remains stagnant at between 20 and 30% only. This imbalance is unsustainable. We are consuming resources rapidly, but our systems to recover them are failing. This is a missed economic opportunity, but more importantly, it is a looming public health crisis. So the greatest risk is what we can't see, microplastics. They are bioaccumulating in our food systems. They are moving from the ocean to the human diet. For this region, the ocean is a primary lifeline. It underpins our food security. It supports the livelihood of millions. If our marine resources are compromised, our economic stability is compromised. We can't build resilient economies with contaminated food systems. I commend the IAEA for its leadership through the NUTEC Plastics Initiative. You are applying rigorous science to this problem. You have mobilized laboratories in 99 countries to measure and monitor the invisible. But science alone is not enough. To solve the problem of this scale, science must be paired with financing and policy. This is where we, ADB, comes in. We are adopting a source-to-sea approach. We know that protecting the ocean requires fixing the management of waste on land and in our lives. Here in the Philippines, ADB is planning a $1 billion program to develop a sustainable and resilient blue economy. Complementing this, we are harnessing digital solutions to simulate the flow of plastic pollution in the Pasay River to help regenerate this important waterway. We are also deepening our collaboration with the IAEA across the board, from food security to energy transition. Director General Grossi and I will today sign a memorandum of understanding to expand our partnership in the energy sector. Whether securing clean energy or restoring ocean health, we are using advanced technology to solve the region's most urgent development challenges. The cost of inaction of microplastics is too high. We have the technology, we have the data, so let us now act with the urgency this invisible threat demands to protect our ocean, our communities, and our futures. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kanda. May we now request Foreign Affairs Secretary Maria Teresa P. Lazaro to introduce our guest of honor and keynote speaker.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Thank you to our Foreign Affairs Secretary, Secretary Tess Lazaro. Please be seated. The Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, Interior and Local Government Secretary John Vic Remulla, Environment and Natural Resources Secretary Popo Lotilla, Science and Technology Secretary Renato Solidum Jr., the Philippine Ambassador to Vienna and permanent representative to the IAEA, Luli Arroyo Bernas, Pasay City Mayor Imelda Calixto Rubiano, the International Atomic Energy Agency officials and delegates headed by Director General Rafael Mariano Grossi, Asian Development Bank President Masato Kanda, fellow workers in government, our important private sector partners, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. The Philippines is honored to convene this high-level forum at a moment when nations are redefining how science and technology shape their development trajectories. Across the world, environmental pressures are converging with rapid technological change. Leadership today demands not only political will, but an ability to integrate scientific evidence, cutting-edge research, and strategic foresight into national and global decision-making. Plastic pollution is emblematic of this new era of challenges. Global in scale, persistent in impact, and deeply entangled with the way economies grow. It affects biodiversity, public health, supply chains, the lives of our coastal and urban communities. Addressing it requires going beyond regulation and advocacy. It requires technology that is credible, scalable, grounded in rigorous science. And that is why the Philippines is proud to champion the NUTEC Plastics Initiative of the IAEA. NUTEC Plastic embodies the kind of innovation that we need. Solutions that merge advanced nuclear applications with environmental protection to translate scientific progress into tangible benefits for industry and for society. Our scientific institutions here in the Philippines have embraced this challenge, building on the strength of international scientific cooperation. Under the Post-Radiation Reactive Extrusion of Plastic Waste Project, or PREX, the Philippine Nuclear Research Institute of the Department of Science and Technology, together with the Industrial Technology Development Institute as its industry partner, and Virotech, have developed a breakthrough process that transforms low-value plastic waste into durable, commercially viable materials. The PREX prototype house stands today as a tangible output of this initiative. But beyond the demonstration of breakthrough nuclear technology, it is a prototype of the future's circular economy. It shows how radiation technology can enhance polymer properties, reduce material degradation, create new industrial uses for plastics where there were none before. And this is how innovation reshapes the sector, by converting to what we once called waste into new value. I am delighted that the delegates will have a chance to visit the PREX prototype house during this conference. I want to go and visit this one also, so please find time I'm very, very interested. I'm very excited by this new technology. It is providing a solution, a very important solution to a very difficult problem that we face, not only here in the Philippines, but in the rest of the world. And similarly, to this, our prototype house, the Marine Microplastics Monitoring Laboratory, established with the IAEA at the UP, or University of the Philippines, Marine Science Institute, equips Filipino researchers with the tools to quantify microplastic pollution with scientific precision. Data generated here informs global models, strengthens policy interventions, and helps us track the real-time impact of plastics on marine ecosystems. Today, with the IAEA, we launched a NUTEC Plastics Investment and Partnership Brochure, which outlines pathways for governments, industries, research agencies to scale up investment in nuclear science for environmental protection and for industry growth. Science does not progress in isolation. It advances through networks of regulators, scientists, investors, community stakeholders, and the Philippines is committed to building such networks locally and across all borders. Our work in NUTEC Plastics complements our broader cooperation with the IAEA in food and water security, health, agriculture, energy, and disaster resilience. In September, I signed Republic Act number 12305, the Philippine Nuclear Law, our first comprehensive regulatory framework covering nuclear safety, security, safeguards, and the peaceful applications of nuclear technology. It is a foundational reform. It gives our scientists now and industries as well a stable, predictable environment to innovate responsibly. It also signals that the Philippines is ready for deeper, science-driven cooperation with global partners. As we assume the ASEAN chairship for 2026, technology and sustainability will form a central part of our leadership agenda. The ASEAN Network of Regulatory Bodies on Atomic Energy, ASEAN-TOM, is already a very strong platform. We intend to expand its work, enhancing nuclear science literacy, laboratory networks, and regulatory harmonization across the region. NUTEC Plastics is a model for how ASEAN can collaborate on science-based solutions on transboundary problems. The world is undergoing a technological shift as consequential as the Industrial Revolution. The leaders of this century must not only adopt new technologies, they must ensure that these technologies are aligned with human well-being, with ethical standards, with environmental integrity, and with sustainable growth. As the United Nations marks its 80th year, we are reminded why multilateralism remains indispensable. The UN was built on the premise that global challenges demand collective solutions, solutions rooted in cooperation, in rules, and in shared responsibility. The Philippines has consistently championed this approach, from climate action and disaster resilience to emerging technologies. Our engagement with the IAEA and our support for science-based responses to plastic pollution reflect that same conviction, that durable progress comes not from acting alone, but from strengthening the international system that makes such cooperation possible. This forum is part of that commitment. It reflects a belief that the peaceful uses of nuclear science can uplift communities, support green industries, and strengthen the resilience of nations. To Director General Grossi and all our partners, thank you for your leadership and thank you for your trust. The work that we begin here does not end with this forum. It must continue in our laboratories, our manufacturing plants, our coastal communities, and every policy space where science can make a difference. Let us move forward with clarity, with confidence, and scientific ambition, so that future generations inherit a world where technology protects the environment, strengthens economies, and expands opportunities for all. Thank you, and I wish everyone a productive conference. Good morning.
Thank you for your encouraging words, Mr. President. May we request the President to stay on stage for a photo with our panelists and distinguished speakers. To join the photo opportunity, may we request Secretary Maria Teresa Lazaro, IAEA Director General Rafael Mariano Grossi, Secretary Juanito Victor Remulla Jr., Secretary Renato Solidum Jr., Secretary Rafael Lotilla, and ADB President Masato Kanda. Thank you. May we now invite the President and our distinguished speakers to proceed downstage for a photo opportunity with all our attendees. May we request everyone to gather in the middle and come a bit closer to the front for a group photo. Once again, may we request everyone to gather in the middle and come a bit closer to the front for a group photo. At the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you. And that ends our photo opportunity. And that concludes our opening ceremony. Thank you, Mr. President, for gracing us with your presence.